And we're going to
suspension to satisfy your assertive side. And a sophisticated front and side airbag system to protect both sides. The new RL from Acura.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Well, whether it's snow, sleet, or freezing rain, wintry weather is just making a mess out of some holiday travel plans. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is Weather Center, and I'm Warren Madden.
And I'm Mike Seidel. We appreciate you tuning in as we get you updated for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Most of us, as we well know, are in a deep freeze, while some of us are dealing with sunshine and warm weather. But the slipping and sliding continues across a good deal of the east, and the storm continues to bring a lot of moisture up. Upper levels basically producing the wind flow from the southwest. We'll check that out and check out all your radars and show you what's going on as far as the expectations for snowfall go, and also the risk of ice for tomorrow morning if you're out early Christmas shopping. Again, we want to show you that satellite loop and show you what's going on. And here we go with the moisture flowing up and over the cold air. This is the subtropical jet stream, and that's really the instigator with this system, because we got the cold air in place with the Arctic eye, which came down earlier in the week. Then we needed the moisture to produce the snow. Unfortunately, the warm air has gotten the temperatures at cloud levels above freezing. So as a result, what is falling as rain and then freezing on contact across many areas, from south of Washington to Asheville to Nashville, back to Shreveport, and into Austin, Texas tonight. So a lot of areas dealing with freezing rain and sleet, and freezing rain is the worst of all driving weather. Fortunately, tonight in New York and Providence and Philadelphia, it's just snowfall coming down. It's pretty cold, too. Philadelphia 22, Washington now 25. Your precipitation, your freezing rain, sleet, and snow has now ended, at least as of last check at National Airport. But that will kick back in, we expect, between now and tomorrow afternoon. Here's our current weather map with the flow in from the Atlantic, and the cold air is staying in place. Then remember, in the upper levels of the atmosphere, that's what's bringing all the clouds and moisture up all the way from the Pacific into this cold air, and that is helping to produce the snow. And it is snowing tonight from Hartford and back towards the Long Island area. Some of the visibilities have been down to a mile, so that's about a half an inch or so an hour. It's kind of hard to get some of these snowfall accumulations now that many of these stations are giving us automated reports. Philadelphia, some snow. Looks like the back edge is now moving in, but there's another disturbance, as we'll show you, well to the south and west, which will probably kick in more of the snow and sleet late tonight and certainly during Christmas Eve. It's freezing rain in Salisbury, a mixture of sleet, snow, and freezing rain in Dover. It's freezing rain in Richmond, and you can see kind of a dry slide coming in through the mountains of West Virginia. So you'll get a break for a while, but it's not over with. In fact, total accumulation should add up to 3 to 6 inches in this area. So we're expecting more snow during the hours, early morning hours on Thursday, and then into Thursday afternoon for Christmas Eve. So it's good if you want a white Christmas. It's terrible, though, if you want to drive, especially in these areas where we've dealt with a lot of ice since last night. Some of you have had freezing rain for almost 24 hours, virtually non-stop, and this is the area where you have to watch the icing. Very cold temperatures. There's absolutely no chance to get any warming from the Gulf of Mexico, so what is out there will stick around. What is falling is freezing on contact. Like around Little Rock, back towards Dallas, now 28, there's a risk of some more icing there. As you get north of Atlanta, you'll run into some slippery roadways, especially across the Tennessee Valley. Then over to Charlotte and Raleigh-Durham, where it's only 29 degrees. Atlanta, you're going to be okay tonight and tomorrow. No problems on the roadways once you get down I-75 into the Atlanta metro area. However, going north up towards Chattanooga, look out for sleet and freezing rain. Nashville, a break now, but some more sleet and maybe some freezing rain moving back in. And then as we move south and west again, this is primarily freezing rain in this area. Some of this is not reaching the ground. In Texas tonight, we've had freezing drizzle around Austin and up towards the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So far, the major airports not reporting anything as of last check, but some of this may be reaching the ground in the form of freezing rain or sleet. The roads are already icy, so the best bet, the best safety tip is slow down, give yourself some extra distance between you and the next driver. And if you don't have to, if you've got your Christmas shopping wrapped up, well, good for you. Just stay home and wait it out, because in Dallas by the weekend your temperatures will be back up to 60. So the road problems continue here tonight into Christmas morning in some areas with snow in some few lucky locations. That makes it a little bit easier to drive. Now let's get the rest of the current weather, including the chance of snow in Seattle for Christmas Eve. Here's Warren.
Right, Mike. We look to the rest of the nation now, and of course the biggest story is the deep freeze that we're still in across much of the center of the United States. Hard to believe that it wasn't that long ago that we were talking about temperatures in the 60s and 70s here, even as far north as the Black Hills of South Dakota. But that was then. This is now. Departures from average on Wednesday in the realm of 20 and 30 degrees and more below average for this time of the year across especially the Rocky Mountain states and reaching down into Texas. High temperatures today only reaching up to about 10 degrees in the Mile High City, 28 in Dallas, 25 in Chicago and Boston, New York City making it up to about 29 degrees. And right now we are down to -5 in Denver. Minneapolis and Des Moines both checking in with 11 degrees. A little warmer as you head south, but of course right here in the Tennessee River Valley and into Texas and heading up to the mid-Atlantic, that temperature's in the upper 20s and the air above the surface warmer than freezing, so that is one of the reasons we're seeing such messy weather across the area. And one place you notice that is not having any problems, that is in the Florida neck of the woods. The Florida Peninsula, there were only a few places you could escape, and Miami Beach was one of them. Thousands of snowbirds have landed in South Florida, sunning themselves at the beach, getting some exercise in, just saying, oh yeah, that sleet, that freezing.